Hey everybody, I'm back again. I am very sorry I did not get to stream the Monster Hunter game, but I will stream it today because it does end tomorrow. Tomorrow is the 12th. At least I hope it's the 12th. I just woke up, and so I'm pretty tired. Yeah, tomorrow is the 12th. The open beta ends tomorrow, so I will be streaming it today. And if anyone wants to join me for the quest, go for it and stuff like that. Um, but the purpose of this video here is for me to showcase the weapons of the Monster Hunter series. I'm a big fan of the Monster Hunter series. First game I ever got into was the Monster Hunter Tri for the Wii. Thanks to a very good friend of mine introducing me to the series, and then I just went on from there. Really big fan. The Monster Hunter games have been on literally almost every console in the world. There's even one on 360, but that's Japanese only. And one for PS3, but also Japanese only. So, like I said, this is, and from the title of the video, this is a showcase of all 14 weapons in the Monster Hunter series, and from my opinions of what's easy to use and what's not easy to use. Because if you're playing this beta, I'm pretty sure a lot of Monster Hunter newbies are playing this beta when it first came out, and a lot of them are probably, thinking like, hey, I like this, I should totally get this. And I'm here today, to show you like what maybe what you would like. Maybe you would like this weapon, maybe you'd like that weapon, stuff like that. And that cat name is the name of my cat. But today, for the showcase, I'm going to be using the first quest, one of the new creatures of the series, the Great Jagira. That I'm going to pick him because he spawns right in front of the first camp. Another thing, if you've played the beta, if you've done every quest in the beta, and if you intend to pre-order the full game, completing every quest nets you a combination pack, and the combination pack is basically a bonus pack for the full game that comes with like bonus healing items, bonus materials, and stuff like that to help you craft and make gear and weapons. Because this beta, a lot of people who are new to the series thinks that, oh, the series plays just like the beta with presets and everything. No, it doesn't. Like they give you kind of presets when you first play the game, but as soon as you play through the game, it's up to you. So I will be showing, like I said, every weapon. These are all 14 weapons. Every weapon in the Monster Hunter series. They might show more in the future. I don't know, because the newest weapon so far is the Evergreen Blade. Well, that's what the weapon's called. But I actually forgot what these are called. This weapon type here. But today we're gonna start with the easiest weapon in the series. And if you want a sharp weapon, one that has strength and is easy to use, this is your guy. Since this is just a showcase, I'm just going to show the weapon moveset, and I want to put this gear on because I do like how this looks. So let's go. Alright. Now the great sword, these weapons are called great swords. Very big, very powerful, but the downside is that they're very slow. They are very slow moving weapons, and you can also block with them. Now if you're new to the Monster Hunter series, this Monster Hunter game is actually very nice. It's actually very friendly in terms of like its tutorial, because every Monster Hunter game has a tutorial, but you have to actively find the guy that gives you the tutorial. In this game, as soon as you pull out your weapon, they give you a moveset in the top right. So triangle and circle, uppercut, and then triangle again, and then circle, circle, triangle. You get the gist of it. But for you veteran hunters, including myself, the main combo you would usually want to do is pull out the weapon, circle, uppercut, circle, uppercut. You just keep doing that over and over and over. All you keep doing over and over and over. If your target gets away from you, and if your target's not that far, you just roll towards them, circle, uppercut, circle, uppercut. That's all you really do. Now, if you see your target and the target hasn't seen you yet, you want to sprint towards them and then just slam down and just do the combo. That is the basic combo of the greatsword. If the enemy monster you're attacking is knocked down, feel free to charge your blade, and then do another charge, and then do another charge attack. Let me see. Yeah, feel free to charge your blade. But let's get to it. I will not be needing any gear or anything like that because this weapon actually makes the first boss of the beta a chump. And another thing in this game is that which I like, I very do like, I like a lot. Until you enter combat, you have infinite stamina, which I love. Come on, slow down, please. Where'd he go? Oh, okay. Alright. Now, generally what you want to do against boss creatures is, like I said, the combo. That's generally what you want to do. You just want to combo them. Like I said, if they get too far, you can either roll to them or use triangle to make yourself go forward. I've never seen him do that move. Oh. This is basically what all greatsword users do. And another good thing about the greatsword is that it has wide range. So an enemy can be behind you and you'll still hit them. Now keep in mind, I'm making him look very easy, but this greatsword they give you is called the Jaw Blade. This is actually a Rarity 3, Rarity 4 weapon, if I remember correctly, or Rarity 5 even. The rarities go up to Rare 12, if I remember correctly, Rare 12 being like the hardest to honestly get. Get or create. And there we go. that was the greatsword. Very easy to use weapon. If this game plays just like every other monster in the game, the greatsword they give you off the bat will be called the Iron Greatsword. Well, the Iron Sword. Let me see. Yeah, the Jawblade Rarity 1. Wow. Okay, they changed it. Rarity 1, 480 attack per swing. Cat's eating a sausage. Now let's go on to the next weapon, which is honestly one of my favorite weapons. Oh shit. Now for greatsword, if you're new to the series, honestly, the greatsword is your go-to guy. I understand a lot of people would, you know, do the standard approach and basically they would grab the sword and shield. The sword and shield is very standard. But not me. Oh, I thought it was next. Okay. So, let's go to the sword and shield. I have not used a sword and shield since my first ever monster in the game, actually. Which, I didn't use the sword and shield at all in Try, but I did use it in Freedom Unite for the PSP. Because, pretty new to the series at the time, so I didn't think what was what. But, like any other game, any other RPG game with a sword and shield, very simple. You have a sword in one hand, you have a shield in the other hand. You block with the shield, and you can also attack with the shield. You can also attack while blocking. You can also backstep and do that. And the standard combo, the standard triangle combo, circle combo, triangle, triangle, and then circle. Triangle, and then that. That is honestly the standard combo of the sword and shield. There you go. Very standard combo. So let's use it on the boss again. Now keep in mind, I am not a sword and shield user. So I might play shit with the sword and shield. I don't use the sword and shield at all. I do have a friend though that I got into the series and he loves using the sword and shield. Let's go get this guy. There he is. He hasn't gotten that far. Now, just like the greatsword, the sword and shield is a sharp weapon. I will get to sharpness weapons in a bit. Well, no, I can actually talk about it now. There are two weapon types in this game. There's a sharp weapon and there's a blunt weapon. Sharp weapons are exactly how they sound. They're sharp. They're very sharp weapons. The purpose of using a sharp weapon, for example, is if I wanted to cut this monster's tail, I would need a sharp sword. Or if I wanted to pretty much break his jaw, you can use a sharp weapon as well, but a blunt weapon is much faster. As in the Monster Hunter series, certain monsters you can cut off their tails, and you can carve their tails for, reward. Or, for example, there is a creature in the series that has a very huge chin. I'm not lying, a very huge chin that he uses the chin as a weapon. If you had a hammer, you can break his chin off and carve it. That is the difference between sharp and blunt weapons. I'm actually doing very good. It's been so long since I've used the sword and shield. I don't know how I did that, but okay. Ah, here we go. This is important. You may have noticed that on the top left of my screen, I have the health bar, I have my stamina bar, and I also have a weapon bar. The weapon bar is your weapon health. The standard weapon health is green. When your weapon health, the colors go from yellow to red, going down. When your weapon health goes down, you want to sharpen your weapon, because when your weapon's at full sharpness, it deals the max amount of damage. That wasn't so bad. I haven't played Sword and Shield in a long time. Alright, let us move on to the next weapon. As there's a monster behind me. Alright, well, we used the Sword and Shield, so now let us go on to the dual blades. Just like the great sword, how the great sword deals massive amounts of damage but is slow, the dual blades is the polar opposite of the great sword, dealing massive amounts of damage, but it is very fast. The downside to the dual blades is that you cannot block at all, because you can block with the great sword, you can block with the sword and shield. But if you're willing to sacrifice that defense, that blocking defense, for raw damage, then the dual blades is your weapon of choice. As I did introduce a friend to this game, and he's never touched the Monster Hunter games, and he used the dual blades, and he completely fell in love with them. Especially the moveset in this game. The dual blades have an incredible moveset in this game, on the ground and in the sky. And it is very beautiful that even some of the combos my friend pulled off were incredible to me. But the dual blades, here we have water dual blades. Standard, standard triangle combo. And you follow up with circle. The demon mode I will get into in a bit. That is the standard combo. Let's go use it. The demon mode I will get into when we enter combat. Well, I can actually talk about it now. Certain weapons have their own bar, their own meter, pretty much. If you're familiar with, fighting game terms, special meter. The dual blades have a demon rage mode, where once that bar fills underneath my weapon bar, I can activate it, and I can go into demon mode. Once I go into demon mode, I deal massive amounts of damage. If I remember correctly. And I think in this game, I have no... Let me see. No, I have to be in demon mode. There we go. There's demon mode. Now keep in mind when you are in demon mode, you deal crazy amounts of you deal crazy amount of damage, you do insane combos, but your stamina bar does go down. So be careful about that. Let's get out of demon mode before I run out of stamina. See, now my swords are glowing, I deal double damage. Let's go back into demon mode. Oops, I think I got out of it. There we go. Another thing, when you're in demon mode, in this game in particular, you can sprint with your weapons out. Let me get out of demon mode before I run out of stamina. Oh, I mounted him. Yeah, when you aerial attack a creature for the first time... Oops, okay. When you aerial attack a creature for the first time, you can mount them like I'm doing right now. Once you do it for the first time, you can either repeat the process, but the percentage chance of mounting the creature again decreases. Alright, let's kick his butt. Demon mode. Oh, my weapons got sharp. And there you go. These are the dual blades. Hey, here you go. Here's the Naruto run when you're only in demon mode. They really changed the moveset of the demon mode. But like I said before, if you're willing to sacrifice that defense for raw offensive damage, then the dual blades are honestly your choice. So, let's go on to the next weapon. Alright, last time we used the dual blades. Now, we're going to use one of my favorite weapons. Because my main pool of weapons, I can use all these weapons given time if I have enough practice with them. But my main pool of weapons is the greatsword, the samurai sword, and the hammer. And I can also use the javelin, which is actually a pretty cheesy weapon, which I'll get to when we get to it. But let's go on to one of my favorite weapons, the samurai sword. Just like the dual blades, the samurai sword dishes out a lot of damage, but has slow attacks until you fill up its rage meter. And just like the dual blades yet again, you sacrifice defense because you cannot block with the samurai sword. So you have to be very mobile, and you have to pretty much predict your enemy's attacks. Now for the samurai sword, you know, standard samurai combos. You got the standard triangle combo. Boom, boom. That's honestly the entire combo right there. Boom, boom. You can follow it up with a circle. You know, you poke them, and then this move, and then this move. But honestly, the samurai sword isn't really combo potential until you fill up that meter. So let's go fill up that meter real quick. And I'll show you why I love this weapon so much. This is also a fire samurai sword. This is the Rathalos samurai sword, if I am correct. Wyvern blade, there we go. Wyvern blade with fire elemental on it. There it is. Hello. Now once that meter is full, you just want to mash the right trigger. Oh, he moved. Bastard. You can also use the meter whenever you want. You don't have to wait for the meter to be full. But the samurai sword does apply buff once the meter is full, so you want to do that. Oh, he pounced me. Get off me. Oh, I messed up. See, now you can see that my meter is now a white bar. Once you fully complete the right trigger combo over and over and over, you apply damage buffs to yourself. The max color it goes to is red. Once it is red, your sword is dealing out massive damage. And now it's yellow. Oh, I killed him. But now it is red, so now my sword deals out massive damage potential. There's also another move I didn't really get to show off, but because I couldn't pull it off that much. It is a new move in the game where basically you thrust into him at the end of your right trigger combo, and then you can go in for a leap attack where you jump in midair and you slam down, dealing the old school fashion samurai weapon slash. So, let us move on to the next weapon. Alright. The last weapon we used was the longsword, or, aka the samurai sword, which is, like I said before, one of my favorite weapons of choice. Now, the longsword doesn't generally work for every monster, because there are certain weapons that work best with every monster, hence why I'm using the first boss. Because if I was to use the longsword on either, maybe say, the second boss or third boss, I wouldn't really be having a fun time compared to using the greatsword against the other two bosses. Excuse me. But let's get on to my next favorite weapon, which I would honestly only say use the hammer type weapons for monsters that are, they just have strong, durable defense. The hammer weapon works perfectly against the second boss because the second boss does wear armor, or you can use the dual blades because the second boss is weak to the water element. But honestly, when it all comes down to it, you can use any weapon you want. Just, figure it out. Now the hammer, there's not really much to say about the hammer. You got the standard triangle combo. You got Big Bang 2. That was weird. Bam, 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 bam. And there you go. Now, Big Bang, what's going on here? That's weird. Big Bang, and bam. What was that? Power charge. Does that apply damage buff to me? Oh my god, I think that does. That's completely new, if that's the case. Equipment info. It doesn't say. Now, when it comes to the hammer, for me, this is all I honestly do. I go in, I charge it up to max power, and then I just do this. Boom. That's all I do. That's all I ever do. That deals out the max amount of damage that the hammer has. And this is a paralyzing hammer, so I'm going to paralyze my target a lot. Oh, there he is. Now, standing like this does drain stamina, but since we're not in combat, we're not draining any stamina. Let's go say hi. He's eating. Oh my god. That's disgusting. Oh. Now with the hammer weapon, you honestly need to be patient. You can't just go in. You need to be patient because even though the hammer weapon deals out a lot of damage, you want to be patient because you don't know what might happen. That was weird. And now another thing with the hammer weapon. Boom. There are crits in the Monster Hunter series. The obvious crit in the game is the head. When you hit an enemy with a blunt weapon enough times in the head, they will become dazed. They would become dazed. I don't know if I can make him dazed here. I might actually kill him before that actually happens. Oh, no. Oh, I paralyzed him. Okay. Because this weapon is covered in paralysis. Oh, he's going to run away from me. Yep, there he goes. Another fun feature that this game adds that the other Monster Hunter games do not add is you can notice in the bottom left there's a mini-map. The other games have a mini-map as well, but in different formulas. In this game, when your mini-map glows red, there's a monster aggro to you. In the other games, where a mini-map glows white, well, in this game, when a mini-map glows white, that means the monster that's aggro to you is running away from you. Let's go get him. I didn't mean to do that, but okay. Oh, he's running from me again. Now, if this was the traditional Monster Hunter game, if this was the actual full game, you may notice here that the monster is limping. If this was the full game, well, I do have a trap. If I had any tranquilizer bombs or anything that induces sleep, when you trap a monster and then put them to sleep when they're limping, well, first of all, when a monster's limping, that means they're weak. They're weak. They're running back to their home to rest. But if you manage to trap them and put them to sleep, you capture them, increasing your reward by a lot. Oh, he's eating. Stop that. Oh. Oh, that was cool. I didn't know about that. And there we go. That is honestly all you could really do with the hammer. Because like I said before, the hammer is mostly used... Well, that's cool. The hammer is mostly used against blunt enemies. Like, for example, the enemy I was talking about earlier, the enemy with the giant chin. If you manage to do this move on his chin enough times, his chin will break off and you can carve his chin for gear, for, you know, crafting material. But that's the hammer. Let's move on to the next weapon. Now, we used the hammer. So all the weapons so far have been sharp, except for the hammer. The hammer's blunt. Now, let us go to another blunt weapon, which is kind of a hammer, but at the same time, it's not a hammer. This weapon is called, well, these weapons, I don't remember what they're actually called, but let's call them a musical horn for now. Because these weapons attack like a hammer, but at the same time, they apply buffs to yourself and your teammates around you. And I'll get to show you in a minute. Now, a friend of mine is actually very in love with this weapon, and he uses it very well. This is one of the weapons I have never really had time with, anything like that. Now, if you can see in the bottom right, I have these things called perform, where I play music depending on depending on the moves that I do. So right now, let's see, triangle, 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 movement speed. Now I play this song, and all those buffs you see right there on my list are applied. So now I have movement speed and I have something else. So now I move a bit faster. Let's see. Let's try attack up. So circle. Oops. Let's try attack up. Triangle, circle, circle. Attack up and deflected attack prevention. Now there we go. This is a pretty cool weapon if you want to play the support role with your friends. Because honestly, this is a weapon you wouldn't really use in solo. This is a weapon you would honestly use to play with friends, to apply buffs to your teammate and everything. And my friend, he's actually enjoying this weapon. He enjoyed the weapon. He played it very good. But now let's use it to kick some ass. Like I said before, this is a hammer weapon, so it is blunt. Oh, and this weapon also has the this weapon in particular has the sleep element, so we honestly just knocked him out right now. He's taking a nap, but let's wake him up. And considering this is a hammer-based weapon, you want to go for the head. I didn't mean to play buffs, but okay. This has to be like one of my first times actually using this weapon. And I gotta say, its moveset's pretty cool. Oops. I don't know what I did. I think I put him to sleep again. Yeah, I did. Okay, so let's play... Let's give ourselves a health boost. Give ourselves that. Oops, I didn't mean to hit him. Oh, he's running away. This is okay now. Like I said, this is like one of my very first times. I used this weapon once, first time playing the series. So this has to be like my second time using this weapon. And considering they give me like a move list of how I can play the songs and stuff like that, this is a very friendly Monster Hunter game. What am I doing? Let's grant ourselves a health boost real quick. Oops. Damn, I can't reach him. I thought I was able to. Now he's running away. Stop running away. I have to sharpen my weapon. He lives for now. Now, another new thing that this game introduces is the slinger, or, you know, basically a slingshot in your arm. Because in the traditional Monster Hunter game, when it came to projectiles, you would obviously have to throw the projectile with your hand. But in this game, considering we have a slingshot, we can aim and fire. Reload, aim, fire. And then we paralyze them with throwing knives. Well, with paralyzed throwing knives anyway. Oops. I put him to sleep again. And there you go. There's the musical horn. Triangle, circle, circle. Not bad, not bad. It's actually pretty cool. But like I said before, this weapon is honestly mostly used for team-based combat. If you want to play the support role in your team. So let's move on to the next weapon. We're going from blunt objects to back to sharp objects. Alright, so the last weapon we used was the musical horn, which second time using it in my Monster Hunter career, that was actually pretty cool. I liked it. It's actually pretty cool. So now we're going back to the sharp weapons. And just like the horn, I've never used this. Well, I've used this once, and I've used this once as well. So it should be fun. Let's go showcase this. Now, the lance is honestly one of the most basic weapons in the game, aside from the greatsword. You hide behind your shield. You're blocking out all time, if I remember correctly, and you can basically just poke your enemy from behind the shield. It's basically it. It's basically the lance in a nutshell. And the lance also has a running attack. Let's pull it out. So you got the standard triangle combo. Poke, 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 counter thrust. Poke, 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 counter thrust, power guard, triangle, boom, triangle again, boom, triangle again, counter thrust, power guard, and then triangle and circle, and then triangle. And then we have the high thrust, which is for like mid-air enemies. Bam, bam, bam. Oops. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, 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 bam. That's basically it. And when you're guarding, you can do this. You can do this. You can do that. You can do this. You can do that. And you can do this, and then go into power stance, and then boom. Pretty simple weapon. And you got a sweep attack, which is another thing I remember. Pretty basic weapon. It's pretty much if we were to go by RPG logic, this class would honestly be the tank because you are very defensive in terms of combat. I forgot how to dash. I forgot to do the dash attack. I was ready to run at him. Draw a weapon. Dash attack. Now the lance also has a piercing factor, in meaning, say for example, I poke him from the back. I will poke him multiple times. Poke, poke, poke. Poke, poke. Poke, 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 poke. I mean, this is basically the lance, everybody. Poke, poke, poke. Poke, poke. Poke, poke. Poke, poke. Poke, poke. Oops. Poke, poke, poke. Oh. Poke, poke. Poke, poke, poke. Huh, I just noticed the power stance uses stamina. He's running away. I'm assuming lightning is his weakness, considering this weapon is covered in lightning. How do I do the running attack? No. Dash attack, here we go. No, 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 dash attack. Please. Let's get him. Oh, I forgot when you dash for a long time, you actually do a lot of damage. Boom. Poke, poke. And there we go. Yeah, I'm assuming lightning is his weakness, considering that was actually pretty fast. But there you go, pretty honestly easy to use weapon. That is my second time using it. And thankfully, like I said before, this game has a combo list on the top right. So thanks to that combo list, very easy weapon to figure out. Boom. So if you want to play defensively, go ahead. The lance will be your weapon, considering you can block and attack at the same exact time. Well, almost at the same exact time. So let us move on to the next weapon on the list, the gun lance, in which I honestly don't remember if I ever used or not. So let's get to it. All right. The last weapon we used was the lance. Yeah, it is thunder. Okay, so thunder's that weapon. Thunder is that monster's weakness. It's a good thing to know. Now let us use the gun lance. The gun lance is pretty much the same exact thing. The only thing, as the name implies, it has bullets inside of it. So let's use that. If you've ever played Final Fantasy VIII, Squall Leonhart's Gunblade, or Final Fantasy 13, the same thing for Lightning. She has a Gunblade. Pretty much, you know, swords that can shoot bullets, basically. So let's use the gun lance. Now this gun lance, I'm gonna have to actually look at the tutorial. So we got thrust, 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 rising slash, thrust, 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 rising slash, overhead smash, sweep, cannon. Okay. Shelling. Okay, we have ammo. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, it's a shotgun. Boom, boom. Reload. We gotta reload. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Guard. Guard's thrust. Poke. Reload. We're already fully reloaded. Wyvern's fire. Oh, the ultimate attack. Okay. Boom. Reload. Can I reload that? Boom, boom, boom. Ah, okay, I get it. I think it cools down. Reload. Wyvern's fire. Oh, okay, yeah, it cools down. Alright, I think I got the hang of this. Let's go use it. Wyvern's fire has to be a move that I can honestly only use when he's pinned down, considering it plays like a shotgun. And there he is. Do I have a dash attack? I do not. Poke. 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 Shelling. Poke. Shelling. Poke. 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 Why am I doing dash attacks? Poke. Poke. Oops. Poke. 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 Rising smash. Overhead smash. Wide sweep. Oh, I hit him. Oh my god, I killed a bunch of birds. Poke. I don't really like this. Poke, poke, poke. Shelling, poke, shelling. Let's waste some ammo here. Do a little quick reload. Charge shelling. Okay, I understand. Oh, it has to cool down. Poke, poke, poke. Stop that. Poke, poke, poke. Shelling, poke, shelling, poke, shelling. Poke, poke, poke. I didn't mean to shoot. Burst fire. Oh, gotta reload. Oh. Poke. Ah, let's try that one move now. Wyvern fire. Wow, that was a lot of damage. Okay, that's piercing damage, and I need to sharpen the crap out of my weapon. Oh my god. Shelling. Reload. Let's go get him. Where are you going? Oh, he's home. Oh, I have to reload. Can I do it now? Oh, it's cooling down. No. Poke. 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 Oops. Poke. I didn't mean to hit that bug, but okay. Poke. Shelling. Poke. 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 Befriended a tail rider. Get up. Poke. That was alright. I think I wouldn't really know what to say for this weapon. Like I said, this is my second time using it. That was okay. Charge shelling. Oops. Poke. 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 Oh, I can actually aim where I shoot. Okay. That was alright. I honestly would probably categorize it in the same class as the lance. Pretty much, if you want to play defensive, the only difference with the lance, the only difference with the gun, excuse me, the only difference with the gun lance, I would say it deals more damage than the lance weapons. Well, depending on what kind of weapon you have, because there are better weapons than others. Some stronger, some cooler looking, all that stuff. So let's get on to the next weapon. Alright, so we used the gun lance. Now let's go on to the switch axe. The switch axe, as its name sounds, it switches. It is an axe and a great sword combined, hence the switch axe. And the switch axe deals lots of damage, but just like the other weapon, just like the dual blades and the samurai sword, it sacrifices defense, and it swings kind of at the same speed as a great sword would, but a little bit faster. So switch axe. Boom, axe form, triangle, 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 and then you have the morph. Boom, it's a greatsword. Boom, 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 and then it's full power attack. Elemental discharge, sword rising. Oops. Why won't the sword rise? There we go. Elemental discharge, and you press triangle. And the element should discharge. Let's go use it. The switch axe does charge over time. I didn't mean to drink that. The switch axe does charge its damage over time. So if you want to dish out the elemental damage, if I remember correctly, the more you attack, the faster it charges out. So pretty much what you want to do is you want to stay in axe form, and then when that bar you see over there is full, you want to switch to sword form. The sword form is the max. Sword form deals out the max damage. And here's our guy. Ooh, I almost switched to sword form. It's a good thing I didn't. It would have been a waste. Alright. Let's switch to sword form. And boom, 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 boom. Now let's deal out some elemental damage. Oops, he threw me off. Now let's go back into axe form. And we do have to reload. Keep in mind, we do have to reload once we do all that cool stuff. Let's do it. Boom, 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 boom. Elemental discharge. Oops. Oh, ran out of juice before I could actually do it. And there we go. That's the switch axe. The switch axe is actually a very powerful weapon. It's just kind of complicated to use, and you have to fill up the meter in order for you to dish out its full potential damage. Hence that meter right there. And then once the meter is full, you switch. I didn't get to show it off. I didn't get to show off its elemental discharge. Because basically, when that bar is full, you can use a move called Elemental Discharge, which you basically stab the weapon into the creature, drilling into it, and then at the end of it, a huge explosion of damage. So if you want to dish out a lot of damage with the same strength as a greatsword, but with a faster swing of a greatsword, then that's your weapon. But like I said before, just like dual blades and the samurai sword, there is no defense. You cannot block using that weapon. So it's honestly your choice. But let's go on to the newest weapon. The newest weapon of the Monster Hunter series. Now, just like the name implies, it is a switch axe. This one right here, the Evergreen Blade, is called a switch blade. It's the same thing as the switch axe. The only thing, it is a sword and shield that can turn into a axe, if I remember correctly. Now, considering my friend is a sword and shield user, he actually likes this weapon a lot. He knows how to use the weapon kind of good. But pretty much it is a stronger version of a sword and shield, longer sword, bigger shield, stuff like that. And then here's the morph form. Turns into a switch axe. Elemental discharge. Boom. Now, the only difference is the sword and shield, well, the switch blade, instead of filling up over time like the switch axe, you have to actively attack in order to fill it up. And you do have to reload it. So let's see. If I remember correctly, here we go. Charge files. Once you have if I remember correctly, once you have your sword charged, you inject your sword into your shield, charging up the damage for the shield for the axe form. So let's go show that off. Hello. Patiently waiting for me. Alright. There he is. Triangle, triangle, triangle. Circle. Okay, we should be able to charge. There we go, our files are charged. I can't move. Oh, because he's on me. Now once our files are charged, we will morph our sword into its stronger form. You know, as soon as he gets off me. And I apparently poisoned him. Oops. Elemental discharge. Boom, 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 boom. Wow, his apparently his belly is very strong. And there we go. Now I don't know. Now I don't know if I used the weapon correctly. I tried my best because I honestly never touched this weapon at all. And we deal out massive amounts of damage, just like the switch axe. If you want to deal out massive damage, but using a different type of sword and shield method, this is your weapon of choice. Alright, so let us move on to, I think, the final melee weapon, which is honestly one of the cheapest weapons in the series since it's been introduced. And I will show you why it is cheap. So I'll see you there. Alright, since we're here, I don't remember what what the category of these weapons are actually called. Let me see, doesn't it say? Oh, here we go, a glaive, an insect glaive. If you're familiar with dragoons of the RPG of the Final Fantasy category, the dragoons, how they can jump and stuff like that. This is pretty much that weapon. This is pretty much that weapon, and considering to mount a monster, you need to jump attack that monster. And like I said before, when you mount a monster for the first time, when you jump attack a monster for the first time, it is generally a 100% chance of mounting it. And then if you want to mount it again, it decreases to 50-50. This weapon ignores all that. And I'll show you why. See, we got the standard triangle-triangle combo. We can jump, we can mid-air dash, we can dash in mid-air, all that stuff. And we also have a bug. I apparently fired something. I don't know what I fired. We've got a bug. We can send our bug out, we can call him back. I will show what this bug does on the boss. And I feel very bad for this boss. It might not work on this boss considering he's actually pretty small compared to the other two bosses in the demo. But let's try. Should be over here. Yeah, there is. Alright. Oh, okay, he's running, so we're gonna have to go after him. Let's make this much easier. Let's paralyze him. We're gonna aim our bug. We're gonna tell our bug to extract. Tell him to come back. Extract again. Tell him to come back. Extract again. Tell him to come back. Extract again. Tell him to come back. Extract. Fire. Is he on me? I can't tell. Pretty much what the bug does is the bug saps an enemy for certain elements, giving you buffs pretty much. Now, you can either stay on the ground like any other melee weapon, or you can just do this. Jump and slash him, mount him, and do the standard mounting method, do the standard mounting thing, do what the on-screen prompts say. Now, let's do it again. Is he running away? He is. Get back here. Oops. I meant to jump. Get off, please. Please. Okay. I missed. Yeah, it's kind of harder with this guy because he's actually smaller. There we go. Mounted him again. That is basically the strat with this weapon. The strat with the insect glaive is its jumping potential. Its jumping attack potential. And all you would honestly do is mount monsters over and over and over and just deal massive amount of damage when you mount them. Please don't fall. Okay. But come back to me. Okay. Let's do it again. Oh, I can't mount him now because he actually busted his butt. Where do you think you're going? Where do you think you're going, my friend? And there you go. And that's the insect glaive in a nutshell. Jump, attack, jump, attack, jump, attack, jump, attack. You can use the insect if you want to apply yourself certain buffs from the enemy that your insect saps things from. But in all honesty, it is not. The insect buffs are not needed at all, especially if you're using this weapon with a group of friends. You can always mount the creature and just once the creature falls down, you and your friends can just gank him. Just gank him, beat the crap out of him. The insect glaive is actually a lot of people's favorite weapons. One of my friends is in love with this weapon because of the jumping potential and all that stuff. But that was all the melee weapons. So we only have a couple weapons left, so let's get to it. The long range weapons. I'll see you there. Alright, now we used the final melee weapon, which is the insect glaive. Now we're on to the last 4 weapons, which are none other than long range weapons. I'm not particularly a long range user, but I do know how to use these weapons, and it honestly all depends on the type of ammo you bring. Because yeah, this is the beta, so they're giving us ammo right off the bat. But ammo in the actual game, you do have to buy or you do have to craft yourself. So let's start with the bow. The standard, hunter's bow. You pull back the string, you shoot the bullet. Well, you shoot the arrow. Here we go. We have the hunter's bow, which is actually the bows in this weapon are actually much easier to use in this game. You aim, you shoot with the right trigger, you can hold down the right trigger for more damage, and you shoot more bullets. Or you can just blind fire. That always works. Pew. And you press circle for a quick shot, power shot, arc shot. And boom. Quick shot, power shot, arc shot. And then dragon piercer. Boom. Which dragon piercer is honestly, let me see if I remember. Charging sidestep. Charging sidestep. Oh, that's pretty cool. Dragon Piercer, if I remember correctly, does not go that far. Okay, yeah, it does. Now, you may notice that in my inventory, I have these things called coatings. Depending on what coating your weapon's covered in, will be the element or damage does. So, for example, let's cover. Oops, I didn't mean to. How do I do it again? There we go. Our weapon is now covered in paralysis coating. You can tell because it has the little marker next to it. So let's go find the boss. And there he is, as his tail glitches out in the distance. Oh no, he's eating something.
You need to load the slinger with some ammo. See anything useful lying around?
The game will tell you if the creature is out of range, so do not worry about that. That was an interesting run. Keep in mind, everything you do does take up stamina with the bow. So you honestly cannot spam. I'm out of coding. Let's use the power coding. No, power coding. There we go. My dog comes in at the wrong time. Oh wow, my projectile saved me. Oh, he's out of range. Power coding is honestly one of the most standard codings. It's basically the simplest one. When you cover your arrows in power coding, your arrows do more damage. Oops. Oops. There we go. Oh, my controller died. That's bad timing. Oops. Okay. I need to fix this. Controller dies during recording. Only the best from me. I think he ran this way. Yes, he did. Hello. I keep forgetting to pull out my weapon. I don't know why that message keeps appearing. Where did he go? That's the new boss right there. He is very passive. So do not worry if he attacks you. Do not worry if you see him. He won't attack you. This boss, on the other hand, will fight him. I do not recommend, my friend. And there we go. Sorry about that. I didn't mean for my controller to die out. But if you want to go long range, if you want to use the traditional, bow and arrow, here you go. I will say this, the bow and arrow, the long range weapons in this game have honestly improved from how they used to work in the old games, in my personal opinion. In my personal opinion, considering I don't really like using the long range weapons because in the Monster Hunter games, maybe this game won't do it, but I can't really answer considering this is the beta. In the traditional Monster Hunter games, there are two types of armor. There's the armor for melee characters and the armor for long range characters. The armor for long range characters tend to always have the worst defense. Hence, you could buy the best long range armor in the game and it will not help you. But let's move on to the next long range weapon. So, we used the hunter's bow. Now let's go on to technically the next bow. The steel assault is what it's called. Well, this weapon's called. Now, for the steel assault weapon, every other long range weapon from here on out uses ammo. Hence, you can see in my inventory it says normal ammo 3, and I think that says wavering ammo. Standard weapon, you hold it down, you press down the right trigger, and you shoot. That's honestly all it is. You shoot normal ammo. Normal ammo is infinite. Evade. Bam. Load special ammo. The long range weapons in this game, they didn't have this in the other Monster Hunter games, but the long range weapons in this game have special attacks. The hunter's bow still has that dragon fire thing, but this weapon now has a machine gun type attack. So here you go. Just mowing them down. Now to reload on special ammo, it does have to charge up. Right there. As you can see, my special ammo is not charged. It does have to charge up. But let us use thunder ammo. Now that I know he's actually, weak to this weapon. I'm trying to remember how to do this. Okay, no, you equip, you just select the ammo and then bam, there you go. Now, when it comes to the gun weapons are the most customizable weapons in the game, as the other weapons are very simple. You gather the materials and you create the weapon. The gun weapons, you can either equip a scope, like a long-range sniper scope, or a shield in the front of it, or something else if I remember correctly. I don't remember what that something else is. He just walks away from me. How dare he? There are different types of ammo. The cluster ammo, if I remember, is the shotgun ammo. Oh, no, no, no. The cluster ammo is a mortar. There we go. That is new. That wasn't in the other game. Paralyzing ammo. Oh. We paralyzed them. Poison ammo. Slicing ammo is honestly one of my favorites because basically they are sticky bombs in this game, but they do multiple damage once they explode. Let's see if my special ammo's ready. A little bit. Okay, that was actually pretty cool. Let's use sticky ammo this time. Sticky bombs. Spread ammo are shotguns. They're shotgun bullets. Piercing ammo is exactly how it sounds. It shoots through the target. And then wavering ammo is generally the ultimate move. But let's stick to my favorite, slicing. And there you go. That's the first gun in a nutshell. Like I said before, the long range weapons are much better in this game compared to all the other games, in my personal opinion. I'm not saying they were horrible in the other Monster Hunter games, but in my opinion, they're incredible in this game. That I would even use them in this game, given a chance. So, let's move on to the next long-range weapon. Alright, so the last weapon we used was the Steel Assault. It was basically a machine gun. Now this one. Is it this one? It's one of these. Okay, this is a machine gun. This, if I remember, is a shotgun, and this is a sniper rifle. And I'm talking about their special moves. I'm not talking about the way they play, because the way they play, all three of those weapons play honestly the exact same. Now this weapon right here is a shotgun. You know, you shoot. It shoots much faster than the first weapon, I will admit. And if I remember correctly, only certain weapons can use certain ammo. But we're going to stick to my guns. We're going to stick to my slicing ammo. Well, first, paralysis ammo. Now, its special move is this, basically. We plant that in the ground, and we shoot through it, creating the shot to be much stronger. That, and I think anything that stands in its radius takes much more damage. Let's go do this. Let's go try that out. We're going to knock him down, and then we're going to plant as many as we can next to him, and then just pretty much unload on him. Out of all the long-range weapons, this has to be my least favorite, in my opinion. In terms of its special moves, its capability is the exact same. Paralyze him. There we go. Slicing ammo. Then, like I said before, it does shoot a bit less than the first weapon. You're not escaping from me, my friend. Oh, he is. I love the slicing ammo. It's always been my favorite in terms of the long range. Well, I remember it used to be called something else in the other games. Uh-oh. Please fall so I can use what I want to use. God, I love the slicing ammo. Oh no, I ran out. Aw. I poisoned him now. Use your sticky bombs. Oh. Run away. I'm trying to reload here. What else can we use? Let's use the spread, because the spread is basically shotgun bullets. spread. Let's stick to the sticky bomb. Oh, nice. Okay, let's actually do it now. Oops, I have to actually aim. Put this down. Back away. There we go. It didn't really show anything, but you shoot any type of bullet through that, this does damage, and I am assuming the bullet increases in damage as well. But pretty much the same thing as the other gun. The only thing, this one shoots less rounds when it comes to the ammo. But it does. I would assume it's more stronger, but I still like the machine gun better. Now the final weapon, for those of you who like to use snipers, is a sniper. So I'll see you there. Alright, let's get to it. The final weapon of the Monster Hunter World Beta is a sniper rifle. It is a sniper rifle. It even has a sniper special. How much damage it does, I have no idea. Let's find out on this boss. Now this weapon, same thing like the other ones, long range. This one actually shoots more bullets this time. I can't tell, but it looks like it shoots much longer. And its special move, you load it, and then bam, you're a sniper. So let's unload our special ammo. Actually, let's use our special ammo for the boss when we see him. Let's see how much damage it does. Should be coming. Yeah, there he is. Okay. I couldn't really tell. Oh, that was actually a lot of damage. Okay. It's out of range. God, I love this ammo so much. Oh, ran out. Ooh, do I have... I do. There we go. Well, that was very fast. Holy crap. Let's get into our sniping position. Aim down and fire. That's pretty cool. I never used this move. I never used any of these long range weapons in the beta on bosses, and a lot of them are actually very better, like I said before. But that is it for the weapon showcase. The armor, I will not make an armor showcase because honestly, all the armor in the beta has the exact same stats. They're just cosmetic right now. Wow, that was very fast. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So that was it. Depending on what kind of player you are, you might think to yourself, oh, I can see myself using this weapon, or you can be like me and honestly be able to use every weapon. Well, not every weapon. Still don't really like the lances. But I hope you enjoyed this Monster Hunter weapon showcase. And I hope if you're new to the series that this video helped you figure out what kind of player you want to be in the series and what kind of weapons you want to use. So I will see you later in the day when I do stream the game. And if you want to join me in the stream and you want to play with me in the beta, just tell me in the comments on if you're watching this on the YouTube stream or if you're watching this in Twitch stream. Just tell me in the chat, and I'll send you a invite, kind of, because the multiplayer in the beta is kind of, eh. And I'll see you guys